Tizar Roshon Yadeh Simon Lamed Aleph Sif Yud Dalit to Yud Zayin. This is Supplemental Day 165 of the Rosh Yomi series. Yud Dalit. If moisture seeps out of the head, Mina Elzokarim by the horns, Yesh Stop Hashem Yesh Negab Etzem, if you are unsure, perhaps there's a puncture in the bone, Shamach Munach Besocho, in which the brain is placed, it's in the skull, I presume. V'amach Miskalko, and the brain has gone bad, because of their cat, it's flowing out through the horn. If the so you open up the skull, you'll see a moment, take out the brain. If the skull on the inside is intact, kasher it's kosher. It's right there in Marshal. There we show see base. According to first opinion, see base in Makamach Shalem Yofeb Shubi Lechpasla. Even if you could just look at the brain and it looks like it's complete and nice, we don't care. And then even there's a small hole in the skull, the aimbo kashir, it's not the shear, which nor would aser, then we're not concerned with the moisture. If you find water in the head of a sheep, the manner which is certainly trefa, even then the body of sheep gets mixed up with many other sheep. Is Medina can't really nullify it according to the letter of the law. They categorically is copy because it's a piece which is suitable to serve to guess. Or some other reason. Or she said it got mixed up, not a majority, but 1 and 1. Some say those who say you can check the spines of the sheep. Obviously, the head is separate from the spine at this point, so you can check the spines. Even so, if you find in one of the spinal columns, one of the slaughtered sheep, water in the spinal column, the Yishmael, which comes down from the brain, etc., to the to the spine, I guess between the brain and the spinal column in the back. Assume that the head came from that sheep. That's the Bach. The Yeshifak said those who cast aspersion on this came to Simon saying this test, this sign is not mentioned in the Shas. That's his son-in-law the Taz. The Yeshishim of those who say Isra Rabbanah, when it's Isra Rabbanah, Arukh such as where the majority of kosher and one non-kosher, or one in the Miyasa Bato, Midaraisa is Bato, like Rabbana and a Bato, just Mirabana, it's not nullified Mitam, because it's a piece which is suitable to serve the guests, and they show many are concerned which is sold by count. Yesh Mochazeh, you can rely on this test, showing that it's because it was not previously known that which was the Usher one. That's the Primogodim, Sipsedas. Test Zayin, I'm not sure why, what it means, Shoda Isra Mikodim, I guess it didn't become a Kovod Rabbanim, that's what it means. Because there was Gabi, I guess when you know it's Usher, saying so it becomes a Kovod Rabbanim. Test Zayin, it's a Tolas, so you find a worm, the Kumamach Elyon in the upper membrane of the brain, the Mochayam, and the brain is attacked, the Emkum Tachtim Roshan, and there's no mark in the lower membrane, the low Koradam, and no crystal of blood. According to the kosher, according to the Ram, the Machshav Nikah Kumal Rubat would say it's kosher if only the upper membrane is pierced. Avshita says the treif, according to this, it's treif. I feel Machshirim Makom Didan Treifa. You know, say it's kosher for us, it's treif. Because we don't know, I'm not conversing in this test. It's not conversing in this test. Therefore, even found on the upper membrane, there's no hole, no roshim, nor any mark. Low colored diamond nor crystal blood, treifa, it's still treif, that's a shach. Chashin Shemachem Shchita were concerned made for Shchita Yatzam Amach, it came out of the brain, the Nikvu Akrumim, and it pierced the membranes. Possessions by receiving the Lava, that's what we see the Rea Machshir Gavna. By Halon, we say it's kosher in those circumstances. Milach Shchita Pirish, which to say the worm came after Shchita. Shari Rea, with lungs different, came to Toloim Yisabu Mimeno, since worms generate in the lungs. So we assume that they were inside the lung, which was alive. After Shchita, when the natural heat of the animal was extinguished, Nichu, let's say, they started pressuring their way out. But in the brain where the worms are evidently not naturally developed, the malma, so they come from elsewhere. So be concerned that they came out during the lifetime of the animal and they punctured the membranes. That's the bach. But furthermore, I feel even we can say the gam machni sabu that they do generate in the brain, so they didn't come from elsewhere. Nevertheless, not like a lung. The rabbi lung, since it's always floating in the lifetime of the animal, the worm cannot pierce it. Interesting. The fact that it floats in the body cavity will push the worm about, and therefore it doesn't have the capacity to bore a hole. Interesting spot. After shchita, but in the brain where there's no such movement, the worm has the leisure and the security to pierce the membranes during lifetime, just like after shchita. That's the shach. You should know the Marashal and the Yam Shloime. Matir benim tzatlas v'roach. He permits a worm found in the brain. In learning some shum rosh behind no mark, lo koradam, nor any crystal blood, b'shnei including both membranes. We don't assume that something wrong has occurred. It's mentioned several Gedolim say it's kosher as long as we don't have both membranes pierced. So to be considered, may both membranes are pierced. And yet saying we see no sign in either one of them. It's a stringency without reason. The Grey Achreim Meshach all agree to this law. But if you find it on the upper membrane, by the Yeshashim Tam Acher, we say it's kosher for another reason. Namely, we say Shemichutzbo, we'll say the worm came from outside, Derech HaChotem, through the nose. But maybe it's still there. The rock even says bein kum lakum, it's only if it's found between membranes. There's certainly one membrane is pierced. In that case, you say straight no matter what. It's crazy. But if it's found on the upper membrane, bein kum la'etzem, between the membrane and the skull. He found checked both the membranes. We often they're found to be whole and good. Yes, and the Gedolim will allow this verification in a place of hefsei muba, potential weight loss, and that is it for today.